20 South African teenage pilots are hoping to make aviation history. They'll be flying from Cape to Cairo in an aircraft that they've assembled themselves. This excursion will start on the 15th of June with the different teams from diverse backgrounds taking part. Teen pilot, author and motivational speaker Megan Werner and Agnes Semela, who founded the You Dream Global Foundation, joins us this morning to tell us more about this trip, to say the least, that they're going to be taking. Thank you very much, Megan and Agnes, for coming in. Megan, let's start with you very quickly. Why this idea? What's it supposed to achieve?
Well, as you already said, I am an author and a motivational speaker, and I've spoken right around the world. And I wanted to do something next, but this had to be really big, and this had to show people that anything is possible if you set your mind to it. And I love aviation because my mom and dad are both in aviation, so I decided to combine aviation and my passion for inspirational speaking and inspiring people and making this thing as big as possible. And I mean, what more than 20 teenagers building a plane and then flying it across Africa? If teenagers can do that, what else can you do?
Well, 15-year-old Agnes is going to be on this aircraft. I want to talk about the assembling of this aircraft in just a little bit. But Agnes, before we went on air, you were saying you had to go through quite a rigorous selection process. What did they put you through?
Oh, that's the process. So Megan came to our school and she spoke to us and she told us about this project that she was doing, and she told us that if we wanted to be part of this project, we had to send a 1-minute long WhatsApp video to a certain number and saying why we wanted to be part of this project. And then they received thousands of videos, and then from that 1,000 they chose 400, and then we had a selection day. And I was supposed to go to that selection day, but that weekend everything was horrible because I had public speaking on Friday and there was a funeral, and it was very dramatic, but then I made it.
Based on your video. So why do you want to be part of this project?
I wanted to be part of this project because I want to experience something new. I want to motivate people, and I want to show them what they're capable of doing. And I want to cut all the stereotypes that teenagers are often stereotyped as reckless and,
faces in screens all the time. Yeah.
So, yeah. And then on that selection process, on that selection day, from that 400, they chose 40, and then we faced a panel of judges. Then they asked us questions like, what do you think you're going to put into this project, and why should we choose you? What makes you different from everyone else, and stuff like that. And from that 40, they chose 20, and there were also a few golden tickets, and I was also part of the golden tickets.
So you really, really earned your place. You earned your spot or your seat on this plane as well. So Megan, what's been the process? I mean, you've assembled these teens were part of this project from scratch, assembling this aircraft. It's what is it? A sling?
It's a Sling 4.
Sling 4. What is a Sling 4 aircraft?
Okay, so it's just a type of plane like you get Boeing and Airbus. It's just a Sling, but a very small one. It's a 4-seater aeroplane. You get a 2-seater as well, but the one we're flying is a 4-seater. And the teens were there since day one. When they got there and we opened the hangar doors, there were 5 boxes laying on the ground, and we thought it's just going to be a wing and a wing, we attach it and then the plane is built. But then
it was like Lego, putting a Lego plane together. Explain, I'm confused now because you say it's a 4-seater, you've got 20 teens. How's this going to work?
Okay, so there were 20 teenagers that built the plane, and then there's a different group of pilots that will be flying it.
Okay.
But the group of pilots are all teenagers as well. So between the ages of like 17 and 19 are the pilots. I'll be one of the pilots. I'm like getting I literally have one exam left, and then I've got my pilot's license.
So how do they qualify to fly this now? Oh, wonderful, congratulations. How do they qualify to fly this
so Agnes was there from the beginning. She was really, really dedicated and stuff like that. So she was always at every single event, and throughout her commitment, she was like the best out of the builders, and that is why she gets to fly with as a passenger on the trip. And she'll be flying all the way up to Victoria Falls, and then she'll be coming.
Agnes, are you sure about this? Because it took you self-assembled with people who never built a plane before, but built in 3 weeks. You sure you want to be in this plane? You sure it's okay?
Yeah, it's very safe because while we were building, there were engineers there that were inspecting what we were doing. So we'd build a piece and they'd come and inspect, and if we did it wrong, we'd have to start over again, and then if we did it right, then we'd be able to continue with the flight. So it's pretty safe, and I trust my team, and I trust everyone else who's there.
Okay, fantastic. So how long is this expected to take you? You head off on the 15th of June.
Yeah.
What's going to happen in those days? What are you going to be doing?
So we're planning on taking taking 5 weeks, and then we'll be flying like first to Namibia and then to the east coast of Africa, and then we'll be stopping at places, going to rural areas and doing inspirational speaking in different places.
All of you were on the plane, including Agnes.
Yes. Agnes will also be one of the motivational speakers. She has done motivational speaking through this journey, and so we'll be doing inspirational speaking and then taking disadvantaged kids for their first flight. It might be the first time they ever see a plane, and then they'll be able to fly in the plane.
Wow, that's wonderful. And this was all your idea?
Yes.
Fantastic.
I must say, I had my first flight in this project on the first day of the build, and then Mike came in and he was like, who of you guys here want to fly? And I was like, oh, me, I
Great
know.
to do it on the first day, like, and we just put it together like Lego plane.
Like,
and you
and then I someone got my first flights as well. That was very amazing.
So you're going to be doing some motivational speaking.
Yes.
What are you going to be telling other kids that you meet in other parts of Africa?
I want to tell them that they're beautiful, first thing, and they're very special, and they shouldn't judge themselves or listen to what other people have to say about them. And I also want to tell them that, you know what, if we can build a plane, what can you do? Like, you can do anything if you put your mind to it, if you just believe that you can achieve this, and don't let where you come from and stuff like that, don't let those influence you. Use that rather as a motivation to push you and get where you want to go. And don't forget to dream, because dreaming is the most important thing.
Oh, I can see why they chose you, Agnes. I can see why you got that golden ticket. Megan, are we going to be able to track this flight? Are you going to be doing regular updates? Is it going to be stuff we're going to see on social media?
Yes, it will be all of that. They can track us on the website, which is udream.co.za.
That's your foundation,
Yes, that is the letter U, dream.co.za.
You dream, okay.
But then, of course, we need the help of the people, and they can do that by Back a Buddy. It's a crowd of
fundraising.
Fundraising. There we go. That's the word. And then
so you need people to donate to the cause. And what are you going to use that money for?
Mostly we need a fuel sponsor, but the cool thing about this plane is it doesn't only take avgas. So avgas is aviation fuel that they use in plane, but this plane also takes MoGas, which is normal fuel like you'd put in your car. So it takes both types of fuel.
Okay, so this is life-changing for you, Agnes. Do you think you want to pursue something in this in the aviation industry? Do you want
Actually,
to be,
yes.
I mean, we've been seeing all these female fighter pilots who took part in the inauguration and they were flying and it's all of that. So do you want to do that kind of thing?
So so the thing is, I'm actually a very stubborn person, so I won't really change my mind and stuff. But being in this project actually made me consider being like mixing optometry and aviation. So I was maybe thinking of maybe mixing them.
Vital that you're able to see where you're going when you're flying this plane.
I was maybe thinking, because you know, people who fly fighter jets can't be colorblind and stuff like that. So majority of the people actually struggle. You know, when you like apply for this thing and then you find out at the end that you can't reach it, then you wasted your time. So I was maybe thinking of joining them together and then going forward with it.
Making the sky safer. Well, thank you very much, ladies. I wish you all the luck. We'll definitely be tracking you. I'd love to hear from you when you get back.
Awesome.
To see how it all went. Good luck for that. With that, thank you very much. That's Megan Werner and Agnes Semela. They're going to be heading out on this trip, and that's Cape to Cairo as part of the You Dream Foundation. You Dream.